Group C and D underway. A little bit of an extended break because, well, some of those games went a little deep. We have finally got things ready to roll for our second matchup in this set of groups. I'm excited for it. We have got ourselves a serious contention here, actually, I think, especially for the C side of this thing. But Tony, we're going to get a chance to look towards Innercircle and Tiffin. Innercircle, it was a tight game, but ultimately not able to bring it over the line against Sedated.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty actually damning thing when it comes to Tiffin and their chances in this match, because Innercircle were a team that I wouldn't even say were like close to being favored in that match against Sedated, and they took it that far, 16-12. They were even in jockey position to win at certain stages in that series too, or that map rather. And looking to Tiffin University's result at a 13-3 against Zealous. I mean, Zealous no pushovers by any means, but still it's not going to be a team that I don't think you can really even compare to the likes of Sedated or Innercircle.
Interesting. I think that there's probably like somewhat of a conversation to be had regarding this Innercircle, or I mean maybe even more so the Zealous roster. But nonetheless, we got a knife round. We're on to Mirage once again, and we're gonna get a peek at this one. I don't know if we can pop it up real fast. We can take a peek at the Innercircle roster though, because it would be a shame if we don't get to see this graphic. Yeah.
Why is he the odd man out?
Yeah. What happened? Did he miss the memo?
That's a bummer.
Tough. Yeah, that is the Innercircle squad up against the Dragons over on the Tiffin University side. Dude, Titans, what did I do?
I don't know. Insane aim, Habibi, Bint C, Bint, just Troy. I think Bint is Omi, or maybe Habibi is Omi, but we've got some different names inside of the server is all. Oh, actually, no, it's the same. Those darn signups really throwing me for a loop.
Yeah. No worries. Get this party started. T-side pistol back over to B.
It's gotten a little bit worrisome with those dual Berettas, actually, who were trying to play a little bit closer to catch them off. Bekim having repositioned into the back ends of the van. That looked like it was on. That's tough when the crosshair doesn't meet head. And as Reno might have missed the first chance, the unsilenced USP still able to deal the damage that he wanted to, just a little bit delayed, a little bit staggered, but very much so into this one. A 4K to kick this one off, get the energy going and flowing as the coach makes his way over to the man of the round.
Beautiful stuff. Get Innercircle right into this. And yeah, I think that you're absolutely smack dab on the money with regard to the Dragons' like chances in this thing. Come into this is like not sure where they stand, but if you talk about how well Innercircle played against the Sedated team that we highlight as, probably to, I would say top 2 at minimum in this group, but certainly up there. Whereas Tiffin struggling in their opening match jump, it'll be GMX quick kill. Reno the same. Off the back of this eco not getting very deep, very quick.
Little adjustment from the singular Desert Eagle on the back end of Tetris as everybody else were to fall. A quick little flip of the finger to the player under balcony, but everyone else then to die out. See, they have jerseys, so they have to be good. That's so weird. They're using... I just realized they're using the Innercircle team name, but Innercircle is also
that's what I was saying.
An existing team that exists on broadcast. I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
I missed that part.
No, it's weird. I don't know. What I actually said was, do they know that there's an Innercircle like that's? I'm gonna say
what if they're original?
But like, are they?
If they're the first, who knows? Could be.
Okay, if so, I apologize.
I don't know. It's just
my bad.
Only the 2 orgs and God will know. Maybe anybody who's looked up their history.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be us.
Oh, already out through ramp. That's actually quite aggressive considering they also had walked their way through mid and they were not ready for a split of any sort. They're not even close to connector by the time that the first of their ensuing AKs has gone down. This is weird.
Yeah, very weird round. Like
buy-wise too.
That's also a good point. I actually didn't notice that part. The timing there to come out A and Bekim, oh my gosh. I thought for a second was about to get caught. Titans, he has the bomb. Like, keep that in mind. At least this mid control starting to apply pressure. He's going to drop off there. PGMX the Victory Titans now activating, but he does not yet know about the man underneath him. Beckham activates, but it's on to Habibi with only Troy, last man standing.
Ain't going right just yet for them. Nade they tried to pull out. It doesn't actually leave their hands. Second time around it will, but they've got players all across the board to worry about. So the avenue of escape with 30 seconds and no bomb. Good luck with that. Right atop the dome, and round one as need be. They play it low and slow, only for a few seconds there, Tiffin University, after they had lost their main player, but that's a little bit problematic for me. The lines of communication didn't really seem to be open to what the ultimate goal was, or at the very least the immediate goal, because as I already highlighted, without that player in A main, there is no split. It's just hope to get up connector and bully your way through to where the bomb is sitting and waiting for that to be the case.
It's a little eco round. You want a little story time?
Yeah.
So definitely not the same person, but Crook. There used to be a guy I played an MMO with called Royal Crook, and was spelled the same.
This guy had to be special to you.
And also lived, not in Ohio, but like around.
So was it like one of those things where, was he like the last logged on 3,232 days ago for you, where you just like remember that guy's name? Oh, I remember I used to play.
No, just because.
Or just random.
He was like, he like had a, we'll just call it a following. It's like complicated, but it's like main chat in this MMO specifically.
I had a lot of friends like that I used to play with that I distanced from over time. Bunch of different games.
No, nothing bad. Just sorry, that was story time just because it reminded me of him. Hold on a moment. I kill from Bin TC. I'm really struggling. I hope
Bint. It's called Bint.
Bint. Yeah, I truly apologize, Bint, if that is not how your name is pronounced. But this world where this goes wrong, especially as Mystic misses the mark. Okay, at least gonna correct the record, right the ship, at least temporarily. But the man advantage might be gone. But Innercircle, they aren't necessarily guaranteed this. And Crook, he's only got an auto shotty. So Mystic, this op that's been tagged down heavy, there's just not a lot left. Swing, misses, and with that, surely gonna be the end. Insane.aim indeed.
It's only because you downplayed the shotgun that he lost that. Only an auto shotty. He'll blow them away. He's right in front of him.
Except he didn't, dude.
Really? It's because you got in his head.
My bad, dude.
You sent bad energy into the world. And it will be received by somebody.
Well, I guess it might be my bad.
Negative juju. Next time you have to say, but he's got a shotgun. Not, but he's got a shotgun. And then it'll become true. Then you'll have a caster clip of a 1 versus 3 on land, and this guy just waltzing it into the site and blasting them back. Already trying to push them back in mid. Ooh. Unsuccessfully so. Held from high and low. The op ready for Mystic. The rifle's ready to play in any way, shape, or form to ensure that he doesn't get enclosed on any deeper. Reno and Crook, the last ones remaining in the first 15. Not the best way that you want to start out what will be effectively your last gun round for a while.
Unless.
Oh, so now we're putting out positive vibes. The 4v2 with the B-bomb site taken and them not even having a sight line. No, that's probably, yeah, it's probably good.
Well, you know.
Well, if I didn't just put negative energy back out in response, I counteracted it.
Yeah, you better watch yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, no unless, no instead, no because. This one's dead.
No if.
No ands.
No buts. Just 2 of them sitting, waiting to play into this next round and maybe drop over another thing or 2.
Where do I know Reno from? I know we 100% seen
I don't know. I know that Breno is how they pronounce like Burnzan's name or something like that.
Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking of.
There's also another player in this tournament, I think, whose name might be Breno.
That is true. Playing for, I'm gonna find it here. Yeah, I'm still looking, still working on it. Yeah. Wait, that was the name we were given for one of the Tiffin players.
Who? What?
Breno.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Ironically enough.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. If you're wondering why
been
there's like any sort of confusion, just names in Steam are different than like names that you sign up with on the Start GG page.
Or Face It, or whatever that connects to the sign up. But okay, Crook missed first shot. A little bit of a shaky aimer, I can already kind of tell, but seemingly able to adjust, and the pre-aims are good enough to where shaking is not even a part of the equation when you're locked in and locked on. B250 doesn't see, eventually does, and it just already softened. Crook was the one to do it, and this round seemingly determined straight up by the sniper.
Oh, and that is a beautiful shot out of the MP9 as well. But I have praise to give out.
Wow.
But also a little bit of a problem to maybe pose here, Tony.
Good.
All of that made possible by a missed window smoke.
Or did he use his body to block it?
The way it bounced, I think it was fully missed, but possible. I reserve the right to be wrong.
I mean, they're
as usual.
They are dressed in ninja attire, so I feel as if they know their way around some smokes. Crook again. Actually, because of a peek that happens prior to the window smoke even blooming, that is some, unfortunately, very low-level fundamental lacking right there.
Yeah, I mean, what you're kind of highlighting is gotta give time for that window smoke. Even if you're throwing the instant variation, it takes like 1 second. Literally 1 second of hesitation for that to pop, so that then you have some coverage. Yeah, potentially a worrying sign, though. In fairness, we've seen some of the individual capabilities of these Tiffin Dragons.
It was a miss smoke, by the way. It was missed.
It was?
Yeah, it was missed.
That's what I thought I saw, but I wasn't that sure. You doubted me?
No.
No, good. Please keep doubting me. I'm wrong so often.
No.
It's crazy.
Well, Tiffin left with only one player still standing, and Team Ace in potential with Pekim, the only one left to yet grab anything, but I don't think they're going to be too upset if they just win the round flawless, if they keep all 5 alive.
Oh, yeah. Not upset. That is a view of a team that's not upset.
They also don't look that happy.
But not upset. Brutally.
Well, I can't tell. Plain faces could be upset.
Say that again?
Plain faces could be upset.
Oh, okay. Plain. I thought you said pained.
Pained faces could be upset.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what pained would
Well, smiling faces can also be upset, so make sure you guys always check in on those that you love.
Shout out. It's a good point.
Because this is all about love, after all. Operation Cupid.
Fair enough.
Got to tap on it as many times as possible. It's like product placement for a product that is our own.
Well, Tiffin, I thought this was actually a tack. It looks like it's to be a tech.
Yeah.
It's a little... Okay, so I wasn't crazy. Production, thank you so much. It was a tack pause for Tiffin, and then into a tech here for Innercircle. And, I mean, you can see little issues there. Our admin trying to get things sorted, figured out. But yeah, a quality couple of rounds from Innercircle. One breakthrough for Tiffin that I think is of significant note, but they're going to need more where that came from.
Yeah, it's just pretty crazy that 2 of those rounds, though, have pretty large indications off of the first 10 seconds, though, because of Crook. I mean, that's not something that necessarily even the CT side are going to be able to find recreatable. Yeah. So it's not to say that they're, they found out the formula, right? Like they know the secret. No, it's just that Crook's been peeking mid, and then 2 times over having realized that they just don't really seem to know how to throw their window smoke or how to peek with it. And that is something that I hope that they realize soon enough. And on the T side, that is a big issue.
Well, and in fairness, that might seem a little bit harsh, and maybe it is.
The answer is not for one of them to say, let's stop going mid.
Correct. What I was going to add to that is it might seem a little bit harsh, but yeah, that's like step 1 to getting your mid control settled down. So definitely could be a like from the back end issue right there for this Tiffin Dragons squad. Looks like we're good to go. Jump back in for round 8. Onto an eco for the Dargans. Oh, I do like that. Well, nade stack for window, put Crook on notice. Unfortunately, he ain't the one there. It's BGMX who does have an op as well.
Did they miss the window smoke again? I see a smoke underpass right now.
No, they got it. They got it.
So they do two.
I don't know the answer to that. I think this one was thrown on the fly.
Maybe they tried throwing it from top mid
Because
boxes or something.
the spawn one already faded.
I see. Well, so long as they aren't going to be punished about it, I mean, around with difficulty for them to be able to win out regardless of whether or not one of those smokes had missed or not. And they are going to be mopped. Now they're just starting to shoot them back. They're taking a quick sec to stagger their mid-peak, the CTs, and that is something that they are more than happy to do, given otherwise they haven't really been hit with all that much pressure.
Word on the streets is that this round's pretty important.
Word on road. Who wrote it there? I think it was you. It sounds like you were just promoting your own art.
Is that a problem? Like, why would that be a problem?
Because you did it with the guise of it not being yours, and that's sly and sneaky and disingenuous is what it is.
They do say that about me.
It's like T-Mark promoting his gambling website, having to
I fear that's not exactly the same.
Okay.
I fear it's not, but I don't think we should get into that right now.
Double op. Crook not only the one to wield the big green this time around and about. BGMX on the top side of Ticket, jumping up and down, and down, working it out and lobbing a nade and maybe even looking for a fourth. It would be a little overzealous. His team hasn't arrived and there are smokes over at jungle, so he doesn't. Just firing shots into the smoke and keeping Habibi at bay.
Bang.
Bang.
Pal, smash. That's kind of been a good indicator of how this first half has gone for Innercircle. I just want to give a little praise there on the Tiffin side though. Really loved Titan's like entry pathing. Like the clears were solid. Well practiced. For example, that ninja location sometimes gets overlooked a little bit.
Looking to send himself over in the opposite way. Beacom sending some spams in through the wood. The nade is going to deal some deadly damage, and he's going to continue his way forwards, though not at all worried, and the smoke not going to keep him dissuaded. Honest and truthfully, this game gets to the stage where somebody needs to make some action happen. Titans will be the first of them to die out, and the Deagle, agglomerated with the rest of these rifles, will get a good gun to grab, but it's getting across the line of Crook, which will be the bigger issue as he is going to miss the faster flick. Again, it's the adjustment. I think that he's finding a little bit difficult right now. When they're straight on, he's not missing.
Yeah, when he sets himself up for that, good to go. Oh, Beacom, gotta be careful. Gonna take the knife out as well. Fortunately surviving both of those endeavors. Crook goes down. Beacom getting creative with that one. Gonna be a rotation.
Double hop.
And in the meantime, Reno could be the critical piece as he slides into position on this flank. Reno not yet seen. Gotta make a move, and yet finally does. A little too late and unknown. Turns into a full formation. Stick moves in, and Reno, last man standing, just took a while to get into position.
I don't think they knew he was there, and he threw a nade at ramp. I'm not entirely sure if they knew by that point if he had made a sound or a step, or if he had shot through the wood first before throwing anything, but I'm a little bit shocked if my hunch is correct that he had just given up his position like that.
Maybe just thought that that he had made an
auto.
Say again?
An auto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're like in such a certain position in this map right now that the auto's reasonable.
Ooh.
Oh, especially when that's what you're getting. Two openings, one mid, one A. Bomb sprinting into the right position. Crook yet to give up the information that they have in auto, but he's about to be the only one left. BGMX. Otherwise, the last guy standing here on Catwalk, and he's missed the shot.
Clutch.
Auto 1v5.
First face. not going to hit the ground. No jumping double from Crow. Yeah, that's certainly one way of going about it.
That was the wrong bit though. You should have
Reno is pronounced Reno.
Reno? Okay. Thank you.
Bark.
Thank you, good chatter. You should have done the get right clip with the auto. On Inferno, on B site.
What does he say? Doesn't he just start counting? He goes,
I don't know what he says. I just was the only auto clip I know of. Well, Innercircle had built up so much money that even with the auto investment and everything else, this mid-fight going correctly means that they can have lost everything last round and still not be worried for the final round of the half. Victorious in mid, 2v4 for the Dragons to try and collect themselves with a smoke in their face at the A-bomb site.
Looking to bring it all back. The crew, having made good walk-ups, might actually even have a sight line. Optimistic. He doesn't show himself all too far and wide intentionally now. That Molotov enables him to do it. So he'll be thanking them for that, actually, on a new off angle because of it. And they can't quite clear it, not onto the first of them, and the op will have its way. No entry into A.
Takeaways for the first half is that the rounds that are being won there are just so CT-sided dominant, right? Like when Innercircle are winning their rounds, they're getting it done with speed, with precision, and not a lot of opportunity left in the tank.
Yeah.
For Tiffin after that. I mean, so many of those, I'm just going to toss out like a 2v4 number, you know, or something around that looked basically unwinnable. The one smoke for this A hit.
And it's the player closest to the ramp now with everybody else actually that has it. So they're just going to walk out dry. They're going to walk right into where Titans would have wanted them to. And on the fly, they let out one loose. It will be able to cover the cross after a little bit of a jump through. And actually, no, not the cross, but instead a gap between triple and default. They will plant in presumably right in the middle of it. And here they go for the spawn fight. They're all en route. No more flashes, only Glocks, only USPs, only duels in which the CTs come up short.
Short but not out. Still in this. BGMX, though, could be the first test. Goes down. Tap to the bomb. 1 for 1. Reno left in the clutch.
Don't bite.
Bites, but survives. Playing a smoke. They're going to get that onto the bomb. That complicates matters. Troy, no kit. Just got to stick on this. The full 10-seconder knife comes out, and he's slicing and dicing. Innercircle take the second pistol with a knife round as well.
I didn't even think he was going to have time. Didn't have a kit. There was one over in spawn. He had to hit that full 10er, and it took him too long to get onto that bomb.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
It was already set, already done.
Pretty sure it felt like that, at least. It would have been literally like a last second one, but I'm pretty sure my counting skills aren't that bad. It was pretty far gone.
You're pretty good, actually, at those.
Sometimes I hit a nope, he's got it, or a nope, he doesn't have it. And then they're like, yeah, he does, no, he doesn't. I'm like, got him. Gotta add that extra second sometimes because this game is silly.
Silly, silly game.
Okay, well, there's a Desert Eagle to blast out Reno. Not even a question. And another one, but on a different side of things, as Insane proving his aim is exactly that. Name implies, but he needs to live up to the tall tale he tells as they wrap the corner. Can't quite collect upon another. There's a gun grab, but it's not one meant for the ranges. The MAC-10 will be on the run away, and back into it is Bint. But hold on. Bint, having hit one without ammo left, could very well just collapse in on the next of them, spamming away, and his MAC-10 has room to wiggle.
There's so many things that I want to say after that round, but I'm gonna start with this. Maybe the transitioning from one of the nicest Eagle kills into the most ugly, and then you follow that up with the fact that they actually had a decoy, and they faked out Troy with the decoy, as if it was a flash. It's first.
Reno the hero AK now. Looking to make a difference in this world, being the change that he wants to see.
Through T-side shenanigans.
Not really a lot of opportunity to get him activated when he's the only one with the flash.
Yeah, needs to hand that over to somebody else, really.
Yeah, he's not even remotely involved in anything that's happening right now. He's actually trying to work a pick over at Apps whilst everybody else on his team is to die in mid. There's a nice shot. It will at least get them in towards the bomb site for a plant, but they actually need to get on top of the digits before they can worry about any sort of a post. It's not going to come through. No more ammo, but same could be said for the CT. And it gets a little bit silly, but Mystic is boxed in. The liminal space should prove to be claustrophobic. They will hyperventilate, lose all oxygen,
Uh-oh.
likely die. Okay for insane.
That's insane dot aim, if you wouldn't mind.
I didn't say anything other than insane.
Yeah.
I didn't say insane aim.
Yeah, no. Insane dot aim. Just make sure that you get it right next time.
That's his last name.
No, actually, that's a URL.
Okay, well, do you call it google.com whenever you refer to it? Or?
Yeah, I do personally.
And that's why you're not making it anywhere in this world, pal.
I'm going to make it at google.com at least, though. Because I can type it in. You, on the other hand, stuck without any knowledge.
Knowledge. Tiffin should make a meal of this one. Yum, yum, yum. Give me those ecos. 2 will do. Would have loved the third, but it ain't going to be the end of the world. Not even close. They've made a spring into action onto the defensive where things could have soured rather quickly if that weren't to be true. And bomb planted. Not bad. It's over at B, the old QB sneak. Hold on, though. I'm not going to say it's impossible because this player is extremely isolated. He could get this duel and get it cleanly with a flash to work with. That nade, that's crazy that it lands as well as it had. A flashbang, no, an incendiary off the wall, and now he's burnt in, but he flicks to the skull. It was literally an inhuman reaction-esque moment. How is he able to hit that? If he could have adjusted, if there was even a moment of reset, then maybe, just maybe, there would have been more. But 4 kills in a bomb plant? Nah. That can't be allowed.
Off the QB sneak too. You know that the whole idea is you just
that's a very Tony strat.
You get the bomb down. You go A. I'm just gonna get the bomb down, and we all die, but we at least get the money. And instead, Crook takes 4 with him. That is incredible.
He's debating on whether or not he wants to opt. He'll go for the AK-47 instead. No. A bit of indecision in the last seconds of actually after freeze time had already ended. He'll go back for the sniper rifle, but his spawn will be wasted. Poor guy.
No worries. 3 towards mid. Innercircle looking to play to take that point to back on the top mid smoke because they're playing this a little bit later on. Encroachment as the window smoke starts to fade. Troy gets vision. Ooh, just no respect for Mystic. The fact that Troy is swinging, he's taking a fight onto Insane in connector and loses the duel as well. A couple missing pieces there for Innercircle and the way in which they built that up.
For Titans. The only spot that they're really going to be able to see after Insane has to fall off once his initial shots go out. But now that smoke hits the balcony from himself, the Titans try to make a lurk there. I don't really know what the ultimate goal was because he's just kind of locked himself in, given the information, and also given his teammates a hell of a hard time. He can't play for them. Okay, and they forget about him momentarily.
And it won't matter. Yeah,
that was a crazy little round.
I think that maybe that was thrown. You know the smoke in CT spawn that you can throw for Palace? Like outside of market.
So somebody tried to throw a retake.
Maybe that, yeah.
It didn't seem like it was very well communicated.
Well, maybe it just missed. Maybe because he was He was in Palace early into that round, so he could focus fully on ramp for a little while, but couldn't do that forever. And maybe he had called for that smoke, and then it just was missed. Building at least a plausible option. Some insane shots, though, out of the Crook op, by the way. That entry initially onto the site was incredible.
Yeah.
Lock down the CT rotate.
He's got some speed to him.
Yeah, for sure. Innercircle encroaching upon mid without any resistance, this time from the Dragons.
One walking up through connector. It's going to be held kind of, sort of, then hit by a nade, but the off still ready for the window. I thought that it was a kill, but it looks as if it were only to be the tag. It's not going to incentivize them to go for any more peaks, though, seeing where they're at health-wise. They may as well actually throw that over to one of Habibi or Insane, whoever they can get to first, but that's going to take a long time. B-split seems like it's primed.
Seems like it. Especially with Habibi not in a ideal location. Not going to have any impact on that currently as well. The only help is the form of Titans, who it's really deep into that. All of this is also going to be a fake. They finally activate. 5-7, can't connect. Titans disparate, as I said, though claiming one. He's got the kit. Oh, Insane just picked one up as well. There's a chance to win this.
The Opera giving them another shot. Gotta be careful about each of these peaks. As Insane has already gone up through Cat. It's a dry peak from BGMX, both on these back pillars. One of them tucked, the other heard. One bullet is all that Bint had. Give me some. Oh, come on, come on. The energy, so maybe a little bit too aggressive there was his teammate.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it seemed like he went out for the high five or whatever, and then they had a fist, and then they hit the fist really hard, and they were like, dude, ow.
Regardless of it, an insane couple of kills out of Bent, and it'll get Tiffin right back into this game.
Big Bent.
And maybe they've bent back. Bent back? Not quite working.
It's not your best work.
All right, I'll keep workshopping.
I thought you could have worked that into like Ben. You know. Maybe they've bent back. Habibi. I mean, a multi-kill right now in this hold has players all over the site. He's done so much damage, which still honestly might be good enough to get them in for a retake. Titans clipped upon the shelving inside of Market, however. Burnt down a little lower than they would have liked.
They're all going to come in together. Got to clear E-Box first. BGMX is going to get cleared, but not dismissed.
Oh.
Finally does. Troy up, ringing out. It goes to an AK. Got two to find. Crook on the site. What level is this? Oh, just the one. Crook's flicks are crazy. Right on target. Another one of those 90-degree angles, and he just pulls back. 11 for Innercircle.
They're playing for overtime right now, the CTs, I believe. I don't really think that there's a strong way for them to have a conversation about this round. They're like forcing up with no nades and like the best weapon they have being a FAMAS. I don't think so. They'll go for it. They'll put themselves in economic strife. They will look to take out alone in the next round. Ultimately will be denied though. So success is their only opportunity.
It's a powerful one.
Failure's not.
Yeah, only option is to win here, otherwise likely cut this whole engagement.
From playoff contention.
Yep. 0-1 already in this group. Innercircle already demanding that respect. Opener up to Catwalk. There's still a man in ladder room. Yeah, gotta be careful of Titans. That MP7 can't ring for a second. Troy through the smoke. It's a spam from Connector. Habibi's MP9. This one, again, 1-for-1. Just one bullet needed there onto Beacom, and Crook has a clutch once again asked of him. HP the same, but the weapons, anything but. Isolating a fight. Insane. Not yet seeing this. Crook now quiet. The flick missed.
He hit it. Tagged him.
But not enough.
Not enough.
Just the damage. Not the round. Not the victory. And so Tiffin, his Dragons will run it back again with yet another half buy that is everything they can afford. MP9s for a whole bunch, actually.
Wow, 20 and 15, and then, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but the bottom being 4 and 19, and the next 8 and 13, like the difference between the number 1 and 2 players to the number 3 and 4 is just extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, significant difference in the impact felt across this Tiffin roster for sure.
Yeah, whereas the top player for Innercircle, statistically speaking, being Crook, the bottom being Mystic at 13. The gap of 5 compared to that of 16. It's more than 3 times the spread, despite this game being within arm's reach. Titan's position is solid. Oh, wait, whoa, wait. How did that not kill? What just happened? That looked like almost like CS broken.
I think he missed at the last, like, 2 bullets. Fortunately, not so crazy is this outcome unless something happens. Some miracle like that, maybe. The flank comes back through, instant trade. Benton Insane coming back in, the scout flying, and there is damage done on at least one of these members. Insane takes even more flak as the nades get dropped in his position. He walks out and into death, not aware of the potential elevation. Will get Innercircle a victory, a loss in their first map, in their first BO1 here within this group, but able to right the ship, correct the record as they move along to a 1-1 stance.
Yeah, they give themselves a better chance at the future and what it may hold in the Operation Cupid tournament sightlines as they set them and look towards the future. They are going to be awaiting their next opponent whilst Tiffin University, I mean, they have another game they can play, you know what I mean? And I hope that they're not one of those. There are teams who just refuse to play every now and again at LAN. Not that it's happened here yet, but
no.
I certainly hope that they didn't do exactly what we talked about earlier, fly out and then be like, well, we're done. See you later.
Yeah, listen, not that this is relevant to this conversation, but why, actually? If you're doing that, why? Just have fun.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of just like you get a little too emo. Don't want to play with your teammates anymore. It's where the gap, I think, of being friends on LAN and being teammates is kind of come into question because, I don't know, even at higher levels of Counter-Strike I've seen at LANs, there be a lacking of the willingness to keep playing, we'll just say.
Yeah, I mean, Tiffin, in technicality, not out of this yet. I mean, one of these...
college boys. Get a beer. Play that third game.
There you go.
If you're of legal drinking.
A high noon, mayhaps.
Maybe perhaps a high noon.
Yeah, we got a big victory though for Innercircle, getting them back into a good space. I mean, tight on the round difference there, but I do think that this is an Innercircle team that's quite capable. I don't know that we really got to like test their mettle. Really, that was more the sedated game that they unfortunately in overtime weren't able to pull back. But the fact that they brought it so deep and then followed that up with I'll just say dominant win. I think the scoreline a little closer than the reality was.
Sure.
But yeah, like. That, for me, gives some credence over to this Innercircle squad.
They had some problems on the other team that they could expose. You know, they had some strengths on their team that they were certainly leaning into, and it felt like everybody was doing their part pretty well, whereas you could kind of feel where the gaps were when they were noticing as to where they can do their best stuff, right? Like, they were pretty comfortable and confident in taking things down. And talking about taking things down, the sniper rifle, plucking player after player, it felt like on both CT and T sides. We do have, for our interview, we're going to bring on Crook. What's going on, man? How you doing? How you feeling? Oh,
yeah, really good, man. That was a huge game for us. Yeah,
we can hear him perfectly fine too.
Yeah, I want to ask first and foremost, why didn't you wear that during the game? Because that was my first question when I saw the team picture. I was like, so they're wearing that in the game, and our production was like, no,
you don't want to muffle comms, man.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably comms, and then also like we want to bring them out when it matters. So like when we're playing that really big game, that's depending on who we're playing. Trying to make it to day 2.
Trying to make it a statement.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not entirely far off from day 2. Still very much in the conversation for that. Now 1-1 within Group C. And it's Zealous that you guys haven't played yet. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean that's a very winnable game, a tough game, no doubt. But talk me through. I'm gonna like go backwards a little bit because this was a pretty easy game, all things considered, for you guys. But it was overtime in your first game against Sedated. Can you kind of talk me through like where things maybe like went wrong slightly there into overtime?
Yeah, I think we were still messing with our configs. We were talking a lot in post plant. I think we just calmed down a bit, cleared comms, and just focused on aiming and hearing the enemy. And that did it for us for sure.
Yeah, and I think that something that I was wondering in watching your gameplay in particular was your sensitivity and your DPI. Is it a little bit of LAN jitters going on? Because it looked like your aim when it came to pre-aiming was really, really solid, but when it came to making adjustments, it got a little bit wavy. So what is that your aim style naturally, and that's just how you play even online?
Yeah. I grew up playing on like a tiny dorm table with like you just get your wrist on the table. Yeah, so I'm the highest sensitivity on the team by far. I actually had to cut it in half. So I play on a WAC 6 sensitivity right now.
WAC 6, dude, that's funny you say that. Exactly what I was thinking when I was watching you play. As I was like, I don't think that this is LAN nerves. It kind of looked more to me like it was one of those scenarios where I was going to say exactly grew up without a lot of space. That's kind of how I started playing the game as well. I definitely can relate to that, but I was a rifler, so it looked very different when it came down to it.
Yeah, listen, I think we've all been there one time or another. I started with a hard mouse pad that was like this big.
Yeah, that's what I'm on right now. Yep.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Well, let's continue forward. Talking more about the team in particular. I think that we've kind of been doing this for pretty much everyone we've gotten in on the interview, and I think it's cool to kind of see where you guys' expectations are coming into this event. Definitely, like I don't know, maybe this is one of the harder groups, especially.
I think so.
Yeah, pretty tough, and you're vying for in my mind like that second spot for sure. But when you guys are joining into this event, what are your expectations for where you guys are going to land?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, we see ourselves as a top 5 team, absolutely. Corey plays advanced. I've played ESCA for forever. We got 3 younger guys who are just absolutely fragging. Beckham's only played Face It for like a few months seriously, and he's pushing almost 3K. So like with those kind of stats, we're really looking to perform here.
Yeah, got a little bit of the unknown, a little bit of the known, a mixture that could certainly be on LAN, very explosive, a little bit unpredictable for other teams as well. So that's something definitely that you can lean on.
Yeah, no doubt. And I guess final question here: who's calling the shots for you guys? Who's IGLing?
That's Corey, BGMX. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is the most experienced in the team, if I'm not mistaken. I was doing my research, and he was the player that I could definitely dig up the most from. So that does make some sense.
Absolutely, we had so much cohesion from him. We're a bunch of the younger gamers. Man, we listen to Corey. That's the move.
Listen to Corey.
Just listen to Corey. That's the takeaway. Well, thank you so much, Crook, for taking the time to talk to us. I'm certain that we're going to be seeing more of you later on. And good luck with the final matchup there. A big one upcoming. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And with that, man, I mean, we've gotten conversations, we've gotten our lockdowns on info as far as ops and IGLs are concerned. We're starting to round out a little bit of the knowledge game that we've got here in this tournament. This is only day 1, and this might be only day 1, but we do have one more game, so let's not get too crazy with this.
Yeah.
We're not finished.
No, let's if we could pull up the schedule one last time and touch on where we will be landing here. Big dog up against Over Your Head. I'm pretty interested to see this one. Big Dog, a squad that has a lot of like very experienced pieces. I know that Cronoli currently in Open, but has been playing like and I think calling as well in a bunch of different rosters in the past. I mean, I gotten to watch him in collegiate as well from that perspective, alongside Ruin Wet Willie, who I know you know from Advanced. So like that's a very solid roster, that one that we haven't seen. Over Your Head, we got the chance to watch. Interested to see how they're going to handle that thing, as it's basically just the match for who's the dominant one over there in Pulte. I'm seeing something kind of crazy. Sleepless Gaming 0-2.
Yeah, who did they play? Who have they not played? I guess
it has to be fashionably late.
It does. It has to be.
Well, yeah. I guess it doesn't have to be, but I think it is.
Right. Yeah, my brain's starting to fry as the day goes on. So if that is true, then tough scenes for them. I mean, That's kind of rough to think about the fact that they were one of the rosters I thought had some pretty decent names. I mean, assuming that they are who I think that they are, and they're going to be definitely a little bit disappointed if they can't break their way through with at least a win, I will say. So still time for it. Fashionably late. The team they could take, or I think have the chance now with their warm-up to send them home a little bit upset.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And we have the finalization of Group D to get sorted out as well, with Big Dog and Over Your Head. That's going to be coming up next, so do not go far. Operation Cupid will return very shortly.